What's up, YouTube? My name is Uncle Smokey, and this is Uncle Smokey's Stock Trades. Before I start this video, I would like to say I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. So please take what I say with a grain of salt and do your own DD. Today we're going to talk about ticker symbol MMAT, Meta Materials Inc. But what else would we talk about, right? So today we're going to talk about the TA, of course, the options chain, Vortex, Fintel. Got some really cool information on Fintel for you today. Twitter. We're going to look at Stock Twits. I've been subscribed to Stock Twits, and so I'm going to share a little bit of info on there with you. And of course, we're going to get a little bit of a prediction again today, okay? So let's go ahead and get started. So today we opened up at $2.93. We had a high of $3.16. Yeah. And unfortunately, we did have a low of $2.80, but that is okay. So I don't want to say that there was no shorting today because that is not true, and we'll get to that a little bit later. However, we had a heck of a green day today. At one point being up almost, I want to say what was a 7%-ish, just around there. Okay, so that is fantastic, and I want to say that this is organic growth. This is not shorts covering. I'm pretty confident in that. And again, I will show you what I mean when I get to that. So one of the things I want to cover today, first and foremost, we traded against the market. Here's our heat map. This is basically a map that shows what the entire overall market did. And it's freaking red. It is blood red. Okay. And I know for the last couple of days it's been blood red. But we traded against it, which is unusual. Now, I also know yesterday in my video I did say, hey, I'm expecting us to have a green day. Because historically, Wednesdays have been green days for us. So we do need to take that into account for our price action today. History, all right? But we traded against the market. And generally when we're green, we're trading with at least our sector. Even when we were trading in the oil and gas, as an oil and gas sector there for that short amount of time, we still, if we were green, so were they. So to trade against the overall market is a very bullish indicator. It shows that there was investors moving in, per se, or new retail money, okay? Let's go back to the chart. What else did I want to cover on here? Let's go to the, I didn't even look at this yet, order flow. Wow, what the heck? Huh. Now this really blows my mind. An inflow of under 7 million, an outflow of well over 7 million, almost 7.5 million. And we weren't just green, we were great green. We were great green. All right. So again, I don't care about it today, right? the shoe's on the other foot. No, I'm kidding. It still shows there's some serious issues going on. So I don't know what happens with this, and I'm sure somebody out there can explain this to me. Feel free to drop me a line. I love it. I love to chit chat with you guys. I hope you've seen that. All right. So here's one of the things I wanted to cover today. Two things actually: Fibonacci retracement, RSI. First and foremost, let's start with the RSI. So the RSI is basically an indicator. It indicates the momentum of the stock and which direction it's going. RSI can range from 0 to 100, but typically we measure it between 30 and 70. Anything below 30 is typically considered oversold right here. Anything above 70 is considered overbought right here. And you'll notice that when we go really overbought, the stock's going to want to correct. But what's interesting is even at our highest peak right here, we were barely overbought, just barely tapping that 80 mark, okay? So that right there was showing me that we were being sustainably driven up because we weren't going like this all the way up to the 100 mark, which would have been way up here. In fact, I can take this and drag this up like this and show you how high that goes. Okay? When it goes up like this, it's unsustainable. And we never, ever, ever want that. Well, unless it's a squeeze. And again, we're not here for squeeze. I think I broke my screen, guys. Hang on. All right, I fixed it. So back to what I was saying. So the RSI is basically just a gauge telling me what direction the stock is going. And if you notice it coming up here in the really overbought territory, you can expect to see a correction and come down. And you'll also notice that a lot of times The MACD will ride with the RSI. I mean, actually, it always rides with it, but it can also add as an indicator because sometimes you get real tight trading up in here, or what we've seen in the past, or even over in here, it gets tight. You see how down here in the MACD, as we were consolidating up here, we were consolidating on the MACD as well. But the RSI was still bouncing like crazy because, again, it's just an indicator. It's an oscillator. All right. So between the two, you can judge what a stock is going to do up or down. And depending on how the MACD looks, can tell you how hard of a swing the stock could potentially be making. Okay. So between the two signals is a great way if you want to take this over to other stocks and trade with that. You can even look this up, how to trade with the RSI, how to trade with the MACD. Investopedia will give you some great demonstrations. YouTube's got demonstrations, of course. YouTube's great for everything. There's so many ways to learn how to trade with these signals, and it's a great way to swing trade. Really it is, and even day trade. Day traders love these signals. So we're going to go ahead and keep moving on. Those are just two things I wanted to cover. One thing I wanted to cover. Here's the next thing I wanted to cover. Sorry. How to draw a Fibonacci retracement. Earlier today, I put a Twitter message out there stating, draw up a Fibonacci retracement from the bottom of your run-up to the top of your run-up. So let's do it together. You'll notice right here on my Webull screen, this is Webull I'm using to talk to you guys about stocks. Go to the Drawings tab. Scroll right over here, and there's going to be Fibonacci retracements. You can select it. There's extensions. There's Fibonacci time zones. I don't have time for that today, and neither do you guys. Fibonacci retracement is the most used drawing I use. So I start at the very bottom. I'm starting right at 280. I consider this the bottom of the run-up because we made a very good, swift move, retraced, and came back up. And I'm going to take it all the way to the top, to the very, very top here. If it'll do it. There we go. So what you'll notice is it pulls back the time frame, showing our retracement. And what we're looking at is how it respects each level and bounces off of it. So you'll notice right here at the 50, it makes a support bounce. Right here, it levels out, makes a step, and bounces, kind of uses this as a step, and bounces, taps off of this mark, and then look at this. It respects these lines very well. It consolidated across this one, jumped. Consolidated across this one, almost the rest of the day. And remember, any form of consolidation, especially at the end of the day, is extremely, extremely good. So let's concentrate on consolidation. Right here was a great little section, and everything after it. No joke. We consolidated beautifully. And that's what you want to see. Beginning of the day, run up, consolidation towards the end. That makes sustainability. And what it does is at the end of the day, if you pull it out to the 5-minute, it makes it look like a stair step. Here, let's get this guy out of here. Let's get that guy out of there. Makes it look like a stair step. In fact, let's take the 5-minute and make it a 5-minute and bring it over. So we were going flat out of the aftermarket, and we stepped up and flattened out. So what we're hoping for tomorrow is a step up and a flatten out. We'll get to that later in the prediction, right? Right. Okay, I wonder how many of you guys actually say right after I do. Everybody say hi. All right, over here. Coolness. So, 11,000 calls, 3,000 puts. IV dropped. We had a great green day. IV didn't go up, it came down. Nothing more inviting than that. Green day, level, stable, implied volatility. Now, I do know there were some people out there that were cashing in some calls earlier today because it did shoot the IV up a little bit on certain calls, especially upcoming calls. So I do know that happened a little bit earlier today. Good for you guys, anybody who made some profits, okay? And I do know there's some people out there that are trying to do the whole wheel effect on this stock, and I hate that. That sucks. Look it up if you really want to, but it's horrible. What was I going at? Oh, yeah. So 75% calls, 25% puts. Again, we haven't dropped into a bearish options indicator yet. We've been super bullish this whole time, since the day we hit the ground running. Bullish, bullish, bullish when it comes to the options chain. IV's only gotten better. Push on. We don't need to concentrate any further on that. Or text. Guys, check that out. Let's hit refresh. Let's see. You guys are seeing it firsthand. Let's see if it happens. Didn't change. What? I'm so pumped about that. All right, so it's up 3% on the day. All right, so here's where I was talking about shorts didn't cover. Okay, so let's get this other indicator up right here. This is the on average loan days. Look at that. They're not covering. 15 yesterday, 15. It only went down 0.07%, or 0.07 days, I should say. So that's like no downward movement as far as how long the shares have been on loan, as well as seeing this go up. You've also got an increase of almost a full 1 million shares borrowed against the stock today. Okay, or I'm sorry, this might have even been yesterday, but still. Let's see your cost to borrow. Basically, I don't know why that keeps going down, but whatever. Yeah, shares on loan went up. Look at that. It was, I want to say 25 or 26 yesterday. We're at 31 today. Free float on loan, up. Estimated short interest, up. And of course, this won't change for a few more days yet. All right. I think I covered everything on here I wanted to cover. Oh, the days on loan. It looks like this is a T1 or a T2 waiting period because this is yesterday's number, not today's. So, push on. Fintel. So in Fintel today, I told you I have a little bit of exciting news, and we're going to get to that here pretty quick. But let's start at the very beginning like we should. 1.28 days to cover. This hasn't changed, and it's not going to for a few days yet. 51.53%. We're still right in that center area. And again, that's not a surprise to me. Our exchange reported short interest isn't really high enough to consider us a big short squeeze candidate. Yes, we've got boatloads of shorts out there that need to cover. But until they find that big reason to, once, and that's being once the cost of borrow goes to the roof, this starts going up a lot more, and the utilization goes to 100, then you'll see the squeeze factor go up. Okay, this doesn't move until all those other indicators move. And you know what I'll do this weekend? If I can get to a good video this weekend, I will try and show you the difference between squeeze indicators and non-squeeze indicators and try and help you define how Fintel gets this number. Okay, I'll see if I can do that for you. I mean, I know how they do it, but it's winded and I'll shorten it up. All right, let's come down here. Here's where I was saying they didn't give up. Look at this. I know this is only a leading prime broker, but in days past, we've seen this go up and come down. It has done nothing but go down. They're borrowing shares like crazy, okay? It didn't end in, we're showing where it went back to that 1.5 million like it was at the beginning of the day. All borrowed. Boom, boom. I don't want to yell, I want to yell, but I don't want to yell because I don't want to break you guys' eardrums. Yes. They're not covering. They haven't covered. There was no coverage today. Today, this movement that we saw today, in my personal opinion, and I think I'm 100% right, was organic buying movement. Yeah, I said it. I'm not afraid. I'm not scared. Let's go. Let's keep moving. So, oh, hang on. Sorry, I didn't go all the way down, did I? Look at that. Short borrow fee rate went up. That's a big jump, guys. That's good. Oh, here we go. This was updated. Sweet. There's more proof. FINRA accounts for half of the volume today. We had 11 million in volume. Oh, well over half, I should say. I always say that. Well over half. 11 million in volume. There's 6 million of it. Look at that. 56% was short volume. They were shorting it even today and still couldn't bring it down at all. We brought it up almost 7 full percent. I want to say this was like 6.5%, something like that. Sorry, I was at work. I didn't catch that. But this is it. That's it. That's all they had. That shows me that we're back to that strength that we need. And on low volume too. No, I lost where I was. There we go. Okay. And then let's scroll down here. This is the FTD stuff, which again, it doesn't change. This is what was due to be delivered at this day. I promise you, this is gone. It's probably a way bigger number right now because data changes on a daily basis. Let's see here. Short sale volume. Let's hit refresh. Let's see, because, Terry's going to have it. I don't think he had it last time, though. He came out before me. Nope. Didn't change. No worries. Already got it all over here. This is yesterday's info. 139 transactions, almost 500,000 shares, almost 1.5 million. We'll call it 1.25 million just because it's on the lower side. 1.25 million in dollars shorted to the market on our stock yesterday. They pounded it pretty good yesterday. Now keep this in mind. This is only transactions over $5,000 or more. So it could have been way more than this. They just kept the transactions small. Moving on. Remember yesterday I said that we had 100 and, what was it, 13, I think? Anyway, it was like 100 long only. It's now 107 long only, guys. Today, we had reports of new positions, and a bunch of them. These are all new positions. Here, let's pull one up. Oh, no, I did that. That's gonna slow my computer down. It didn't. Yay. Let's try that again. Sorry. We'll do it together. Owners, buyers. We'll open it in a new tab. Okay. Let's open one of these guys up. We just want to look at this. Okay, so look. Yes, effective date 6/30, file date was today, but what we need to be looking at, Form NP, new position entirely. They bought the metamaterial security, and this is the QSIP code. They bought it at $3.74. Okay? Basically telling me that this is going to be a hold, a long. And the fact that it's a retail class thing, yeah, they're probably long on it. Now, I'm not saying that they are. Some of these do short stocks like this. They do. But they're not going to be shorting a stock like this with this small of a number of shares. I could see Pacific Select, that's shortable numbers. They could be doing it. I doubt it. But yeah, this is all long stuff mainly. But we had quite a few today. Quite a few. Right here, from here up. All new. Great. Now here's the other cool thing. I'll go ahead and refresh, even though it shouldn't change anything. We haven't had a big seller in 2 days. 2 days, guys. Nobody has popped up as a seller. Now, again, I know this is old data. I get it. But it's still, it shows you that the selling of the institutional ownership is backing off a little bit. Okay? We're going to, of course, monitor this and just keep watching, see what happens. All right, so we've gone through all of the really TA stuff, and TA really matters, especially on a great stock like this. It's got strong fundamentals. It's going to really start making those baselines. So I want to always make sure we cover TA, and I educate you guys a little bit along the way. So now let's get to the fun stuff. I had a lot of fun on Twitter today. I was at work all day long, but it was a little bit of a slow day, so I was able to play some. But I got to be careful with that. So George was tweeting like crazy. He was responding on Twitter. He was responding on stock twits, and I don't know. It was great. So check this article out. Good read. I'm gonna flip over here. Oh, George is following me now. Yeah, that's pretty cool. See, look, George Palacaris @Palacaris follows me. Hey, it's pretty cool. I was pumped up when I seen it. Believe me, my shit hit the roof. Let's come over here. What did I have over here? Oh, check this out. George confirmed what I had said a few days ago. The correct and official site is this, sec.gov, Edgar/browse. The sec.report is not an official site, okay? Now, he has been going through all of these places, E-Trade, this SEC report, any place that is showing us trading as the oil and gas sector, or the QSIP is wrong, or whatever. He's been going through trying to get this corrected, but don't think that this is going to make any kind of effect on the way the stock trades, because these are all irrelevant places. As long as this place is right, that's all that matters, because all of the information goes to this place, none of these other places. So just keep in mind when you see that across the board, when you're seeing all these places, for instance, Ortex, we know that when Ortex first was showing, I'm going to show you now, it didn't show anything over here in the sector spot. Man, my computer's running slow. Well, we'll get back to that. I'll let it load. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so Now it shows the QSIP number. It shows that it's trading as a semiconductor. I mean, it's showing all of the right information now. Okay, it shows all of our daily volume and everything. And that's one of the things that he's doing. He's trying to shore up all of these small details. But like I said, don't worry about it because it doesn't really affect the stock. Stock twits. I'm basically just showing you this to show that he is active. He has been so active today. He doesn't have to keep his mouth shut anymore. He has sent out so many replies and responses to people today. This is all today. All right? Yeah. This was yesterday. So, yeah, he's talking. He's up and moving. He's going to expect to hear from George soon. Expect to hear from George soon. He's, I know, very bullish on the stock because he owns it. But he's really, I don't even know what to say. From what I've gathered, he's got big things in the works. There are big plans happening. That's what I've gathered. Everything's going to be cryptic because it has to be. Nothing on the Meta site as far as I can tell. We've not seen anything news-wise pop up through them, so don't expect to see any PR until you see it on here. If you see it on here, that means George can talk about it because it's been released. And believe me, we'll all know. Last thing is last, right? Let's go back to the prediction. Now, I didn't draw it up, and that is simply because we're still not where I want to be. All right? I have said it before, I would really like to be back up in this channel up here. Let's get this Fibonacci retracement up so we don't confuse ourselves. Okay, I want to get back up in this channel up here to the 330 to 340 channel. And that's what I'm hoping to see a little bit of tomorrow. We really were testing it today. We hit that 316 range. I'm going to go ahead and call this 315 a level of resistance because it bounced hard off of it. We're going to draw a horizontal line right there, 315-ish. All right, so what I would like to see us do is first thing in the morning, remount 315. Test it, push through it. That would be great. Okay, once we've done that, let's just go ahead and try and push right to 330. Let's just get it done. Let's get it over with. Big steps, and then consolidate the rest of the day. That's what I'd like to see. I'd like to see us up in the 330 range before lunch and then consolidate. If it keeps going, let it go. I mean, just do it gradually. So I wouldn't want to see more than 15 to 20% in a day. Now, if it does happen to push down, do not be surprised. Don't think that because we had one green day, we're going to have green day after green day after green day. It doesn't work that way. This has just become more inviting for short positions again. So there's a very good chance that they can try and push it down again. Don't let it discourage you. Look away. Go outside. Go hang out with your friends and family. Don't let it discourage you. We're going to be fine, and this kind of movement today shows you that. It doesn't like being down here. It's proving that. All right, guys, that's what I got for today. I'm trying to get these videos shorter, but it seems like it doesn't matter too much. You guys peruse through them, and you pick and choose out of it what you like, so I'm good with that. Like, subscribe, comment below. It really helps the algorithm. It helps my video and channel spread. Of course, if there's anybody that you know that doesn't know about Meta, educate them. Educate, do not separate. We need to get this community to be large, and the more we do that, the better. Bye, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Peace.